Welcome to Home Body Yoga, the at-home practice for strength and relaxation, where we use acupressure points, our body, and breath to melt stress, tension, anxiety, and to build strength from the inside and to build it on the out. So today's going to be very kidney meridian focused and some bladder meridian also, which have to do with the emotion of fear and the element of water. They are also the more um, winter meridians, but it is good now, I think, as the seasons are changing and we're looking to still do a lot, even though the days are getting darker. It's nice with any yang energy or a lot of the doing that we're doing to balance this and to bring some nourishment into the kidneys. So that's what this class is all about. So if you've been feeling stressed, if you've been getting sick or feeling some pain in your body, this will be a really good class for balance for the body. Okay, let's get started. We're going to start standing up. Can you see me here? Good. We're going to start standing, and we definitely need blocks today because winter always reminds me of snowboarding, and so we're going to start working on some balance too. So, but first of all, come into the center of your mat, stand into your feet, feel the balls of your feet, lift up all the toes, and then place them down. Bring your weight into the balls of the feet. Then back into the ankles. Take a deep breath. Open the mouth and exhale. Well done for getting here. All you have to do now is just listen and move, and you're going to nourish and strengthen your body from within. So inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. Letting the day go, letting the tasks go, letting the to-do list go. Inhale. Open the mouth and exhale, letting go what you're going to have for dinner, what you got to do tomorrow, the fact that Rex wants a walk, let it all go. Inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. Put the right hand on the belly and the left hand on the chest. We're going to change into nose breathing now. So inhale through the nose into the belly and then bring the breath up into the chest. But when we bring it up into the chest, pull those elbows in close to the body and pull them down. So chest is going up, but elbows are going down. Pull the belly button in towards the spine, squeeze the bum, and exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale into the belly, elbows down, into the chest. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale into the belly, into the chest. The chin stays parallel to the ground, but the chest is rising up as if it wants to hit the chin, but the elbows are also pulled down. And then for stability, squeeze the belly button in towards the spine. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. 4 more. Inhale through the nose into the belly, up into the chest. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale into the belly, up into the chest. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale into the belly, up into the chest. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale into the belly, up into the chest. Pull the belly button into the spine and exhale. 2, 3, 4. Pull those elbows down to the ground and straighten the arms down to the ground. Push into the ankles, squeeze the bum, create as much length as possible between the waist and the ribs. That sends the chest up to the sky. Keep the chin parallel to the ground, but bring as if you want to hit your chest with it. But then we're not going to stick out the bum. We're tucking the pelvis in by squeezing the bum. So everything comes into this nice straight line here. And then pull those elbows and those fingers down to the ground. Turn the palms to face the front. Focus on the ring fingers and pull those ring fingers down to the ground. Inhale, bringing the breath into the chest and into the bellies. If you want to hit the chest off the chin, but pulling those fourth fingers to the ground. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take the arms out wide, bringing them up. Now reaching out of all of the fingers. So we've got the pinky is being pulled in one direction, and then it's being pulled in the left to the right, and then the pinky is being pulled away from the thumb. And the thumb has been pulled to the right, and the thumb has been pulled to the left. Index is being pulled to the right and the left, and then it's being pulled away from the thumb. Middle finger and the left, and the index finger, or the fourth finger is being pulled to the right and the left, and then stretch out the palms, squeeze the bum, chest is up, but keep those shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Push into the ankles, breathing, expanding from the belly into the chest, shoulders down, stretching out to each of the fingers. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Exhale. Now curl the fingers in, and we're just focusing on the thumbs. So we're doing a thumbs up, first of all. We can have the thumbs up on each side, and then turn them as if the palms were facing up. And then we're doing thumbs up. So push the thumbs out of the hand with the fingers curled down and palms facing up, even though the fingers are curled over it. And inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Now thumbs up here. Inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, feel this stretch coming all the way down the neck, all the way along the tip and inside of the shoulder, upper and inner side of the shoulder, all the way to the thumb. Long meridian. Inhale. Exhale. Now keep those thumbs active, and we're just going to turn it to face palms up, internally rotate, internally rotate now so the thumbs face, so as if the palms are facing down, and then internally rotate to open it up. Thumbs go to the back, thumbs go to the front, thumbs go to the back. Inhale. Exhale, thumbs to the front. Inhale, thumbs to the back. Inhale, thumbs to the front. Now we're going to do the pinky. So curl all the other fingers in, and we just have the pinkies. Palms facing up, pinkies out. Stretch into each of the pinkies. This is for the heart meridian now. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Release any tension in the jaw and shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now internally rotate again so that the palms go down. And exhale, open them up. We're stretching out of those pinkies, pulling, someone's pulling the pinky to the right and they're pulling the pinky to the left. And then turn it. Two more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Palms facing down, hands stretch out, and then bring the fingertips up and push out of those wrists. Pericardium. Second last arm stretch we're doing here. Inhale. Again, reaching up out of the waist, pushing out. Exhale. Two, three, four. Three more. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Push out of those wrists, shoulders down. Exhale, release the jaw. One more. Inhale. Exhale. We can bring the arms down. One more we're going to do. We're going to bring the right arm up to shoulder height. We're pointing that index finger. Then point the index finger diagonally to the back of the room. Then we're going to take our chin and we're going to look all the way over to the left-hand side. And then we're dropping the chin to the left shoulder. Reaching that back that index finger and dropping the chin down to the shoulder, looking to the side. Inhale. Exhale. This is large intestine. Three more. Inhale. Slowly breathing in. Slowly breathing out through the nose. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Chin up first. Head back to center. And we can drop the arm. Do the other side. So we'll bring the left arm up to shoulder height, point the index finger, and then point it to the back of the room. Take our head and we're looking all the way over to the right, and then we're dropping our chin down to our right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Three more slowly in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now chin back to center. Sorry, chin, yeah, back up, and then head back to center. Nice work. Now we're just going to stretch everything, all the frustration out of the side body. So let's bring the hands, pull the hands down towards the ground, stretch out of the palms, reaching the arms out as if someone's pulling on each of the arms, shoulders down, arms are coming all the way up. We're going to bring the hands together into Kali Mudra, index pointed, and the other fingers are dropping down. And we're reaching up. First of all, just get as tall as you possibly can. So reach all the way up to the right, reach all the way up to the left. Get all of those cobwebs out of the side body. And then we're reaching up and over to the right, imagining there's a ball of light in the left armpit that's expanding, and push down into that left foot and reach that left arm away. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Now stay there. Bend the right knee slightly and, oh no, yeah, bend the right knee and step it over and in front of the left. So then that we can bend into that, take the weight into that front knee now, into the right knee, and then we can push down into the left ankle, push down into the left foot, and create an even deeper stretch. 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly back to center. And then we're going to reach, 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 reach up. Push into those ankles. Squeeze the bum. Create that length between the weights and the ribs. Pull the shoulders down. And then reach up and over to the left. Push into that right foot. And reach that right arm. Push into the right foot. Reach the right arm. And imagine there's a ball of light in that armpit. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Then release the left knee, bend the left knee, and step it in front and across the right leg. Straighten the right leg and create an even deeper stretch now along the right side. You can push the right hip to the side also. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly coming back up. And we can bring the arms down to our side. Nice work. Let's balance this out with the forward fold. So with the forward fold, let's take the feet out wider than hip width. Put a light bend in the knees and then bend down. So we've got quite a bend here. And then we want to kind of keep this straight back. So to keep the straight back, pull the belly button in towards the spine and pull these elbows again in close to the body. Pull the belly button in towards the spine and then hinge the back forward. So we're starting to take some weight into the front feet. We're hinging forward. We're keeping that back straight. Bend the knees even more if you need to. Keep the back straight and bring the ribs down to meet the knees. When the ribs are down to meet the knees, bring the arms forward, let the neck hang down, and take each elbow and let the body just hang here. Pull it down. Then we're going to take the hands onto the head. We're going to give ourselves a little bit of a scalp massage here, which is really good for the bladder and meridian because it runs down the center line behind the eyebrows. So if we come to the tear ducts, that's bladder 1. And the end of the bladder is in the baby toe. So why don't we squeeze the baby toe here so we get an idea. And then it goes all the way back to the ankle. It goes up the center of the back body. You know, the way here we do BL 57, this is bladder, to the back of the center of the knee, BL 40, all the way up the center line of the legs, along through the pelvis, along each side of the spine, all the way up to the neck here, coming up to the base of the skull where we've done bladder 10, base of the skull, then coming up along the back of the skull to the front in that straight line, coming to BL3, that hairline one that we do, then all the way to the eyebrows, and then all the way into the tear ducts. How cool is that? So let's keep our fingers here, the tear ducts, then come up to the eyebrows, go in a straight line back to the hairline, and then we're going to go from here in the hairline in a straight line back through the skull to the back of the neck. And just come over and back through that a few times. You can do it by kind of itching the head. You could do it in one straight line over and back. There's no wrong answers here. We're just stimulating the bladder meridian in the head, helping to release any fear that might be stuck here in the head, any stuck energy. And then here at the base of the skull, you can press in there, release the neck, tuck the chin into the chest, Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Then bring the arms back down. Take the weight into your ankles now. Push into the balls of your feet. Squeeze your bum, and we're slowly going to roll ourselves back up. Slowly rolling back up to standing. Nice work. I just have to fix one thing here. Just need to mute. There we go. Okay, nice work. So now we're going to do just a little balancing and strengthening, and then we'll be back on the floor. We need a block. Now, you don't have to do this on the block. You can equally do it on the ground, but if you'd like an extra challenge today, get on the block. So we're starting on the left foot, grounding into that left foot, squeeze the bum. We're going to bring the right knee up, squeeze it up as if you wanted to bring the knee towards the shoulder. In order to bring the knee towards the shoulder, push that ankle down. Create even more length in the hips. Push that ankle down, pull that knee towards the shoulder. Inhale. Pick a point to focus on as your drishti. That's what you're going to be focusing on when we want balance. We have got to have focus. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, we can release that and bring it down. And then we can point the foot, bring it up, take it out nice and wide, keeping it as high and as slowly as you can, then dropping it down, keeping the knee bent, and as if we're bringing the knee in to touch the other knee, it doesn't have to totally touch it, and then bringing it back up as high as we can and straightening this leg when we do that. And then when we're taking it around, we can bring in the slight bend in the knee again as we bring it through. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Push into that ankle. Squeeze the bum. And 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Now back the other way. Inhale. Taking it out wide and bring the foot around. It's funny, today I went to a Pilates class and the guy said, it's like hopping over a fence. We were doing ones like this. Whereas when I've gone to classes in America, they talk about it being like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. But we don't have those here, so I thought it was funny that we are doing over the fence. And then he had another one that was like this, and he was like, it's like stirring the pot. I was like, I love it. Okay, 1 more. Inhale. Up and around. And back. Nice work. Now we're going to flex the foot. Slight bend in this left leg. It's going to be shaking. That's okay. Flex the right foot. And we have it lined up with the ankle here. Focus on your drishti. You can put your left hand on your waist to keep yourself balanced. Here you can have both arms on the waist, actually. And we're going to keep the foot flex and extend out. 1, 2, 3. It's going to burn. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and hold it out for 10. 9, you can do this. 8, 7, 6, almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back together and down. Whew, nice work. Okay, let's do the other side. So let's step up on the right foot. Get your balance, take your drishti, push down, squeeze the bum. So we're pushing into the ankle, squeeze the bum, create the length here between our waist and ribs. Chest is up, elbows are down, tucked into the body. First of all, we're going to point that foot and then drive the knee up towards the shoulder and holding it here. And when we hold it here, we're pushing into that ankle and pulling that knee. And we're creating that hold through the tension of the polarity of pushing one way from the other and holding that tension, but finding ease in the effort. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Releasing it down gently. We're going to point that foot. You can put a slight bend in this knee as we bring in the right knee, as we bring the left knee up. Take it out wide, nice and slow, around the fence or the fire hydrant and down. Inhale up, hands on the waist, elbows down. Exhale. Nice and slow. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Elbows down. And around. And inhale. Elbows down and bring the knee slowly around. Let's go back the other way. So take the knee out wide and bring it around to the front. And kicking it back. Out wide. Squeeze that bum. 3 more. Nice work. Inhale. Or inhale again. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Out nice and wide, nice and slow. And down. Then flex the foot, straighten it down, put a nice light bend in the right knee. And we're extending the left leg out, pushing that ankle out, feeling the squeeze in the bum and bring it down. Keep the foot flexed and in line with the other foot. 2, 3, pick your drishti, pull the elbows down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost there. 9, we got this. And 10, and holding it for 10. 9, pull the elbows down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Nice work, nice work. Okay, we're going to do some squats too, and then we're on the floor. So for squatting, let's take the feet out a little bit wider, then hip width apart, and take the toes out wide. What we want to do is we want to push down into the ankles, squeeze the bum, create that length, elbows in by the body, bend the knees, and as if we're bringing the pelvis down to the ankles. So coming down as deep as you can come down. This might be here for you, and that's totally fine. If that is, then just hold it there. You can come all the way down. See, if I come all the way down here, I'm like sitting too low. I need to hold it up. So I need to pull everything up, create a nice straight spine, zip it up, apply Mula Bandha or your pelvic floor, squeeze it in as if you've got a pen in your anus and in your uterus there, or just as if you were going to stop yourself from peeing. Holding it for 10, 9, 8, 7, hold 6, 5, 4. Imagining that line going from your pelvis all the way up your spine, up to the tip of your head. crown of your head for 3, 2, 1. Push into the ankles, squeeze the bum, and up. Nice work. Let's come down. Now, what might be nice is to have a cushion beneath the knees because we're going to go on all fours. So let's make ourselves a little bit comfortable. And here we want to have our knees hip width apart, which is 2 fists. And then we want to make sure that we have the shoulders, the wrists beneath the shoulders. So we've got a nice line up here. First of all, let's release those toes back. So just bang them a little bit against the ground. Banging might not be the most technical term, but you know what I mean. We want to just release the pressure there. And then what I want to make sure, first of all, is when you're here, are you falling into your shoulders or are you pushing the ground away from you, pulling your belly button in and having a nice, strong hold here, as if you're pushing the ground away. You are holding yourself up. Then push into your thumbs, push into your index finger, push them into the ground as much as you can. Push the middle finger into the ground as much as you can. Push the fourth finger into the ground as much as you can. Push the pinky in. Then go pinky, ring finger, middle finger, index finger, thumb. Thumb, index, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, pinky, ring finger, middle finger, thumb. Nice work. And now either move them to the side, or if you can go all the way back, take an inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Same thing. Push into the pinkies. Push into the ring finger. Push into the middle finger. Push into the index. Push into the thumb. Push into the thumb. Push into the index. Middle finger. Ring finger. Pinky. Pinky. Ring finger. Middle finger. Index finger. Thumb. Thumb. Index finger. Middle finger. Ring finger. Pinky. Push in and inhale. Exhale. Releasing any tension from the neck. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly bring them back around. Nice work. Then we're going to, again, just make sure that we're lifting out of the armpits. We're going to tuck the chin into the chest. Tuck the chin into the chest and just inhale. Exhale. Tuck the chin into the chest and push the ground away. Inhale. Exhale. Try and create that length in the back of the neck just by tucking the chin in and pushing the ground away and letting the breath create new space. Inhale. Exhale. Chin into chest, pushing the ground away. Inhale. And this time, tuck the pelvis, so squeeze the bum and pull the pelvis in as if you want it to meet your chin. Inhale. Exhale here. Inhale here. Exhale, release the chin. Head is going to start to come up. As it looks up towards the ceiling, send the pelvis back. Send the pelvis to the sky. Push into the palms. Send the pelvis to the sky and pull the chest forward. Push down into the palms, pull the chest forward. Chin goes forward. Chin up, look up. Inhale. Exhale. Chin into chest. And then pull the pelvis in towards the chin. Inhale. Exhale here. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Release the chin. Bringing the gaze forward. As the gaze starts to hit the ceiling, send the pelvis back. Send it all the way back. Push into those palms. Look up. Chin up. Push into the palms. Bring the chest forward. Look up. Inhale. Exhale here. push those palms away from you, push them into the ground, send the pelvis back. Inhale. Exhale, chin into chest. Pull the pelvis in to meet the chin. Push the ground away. Push the ground away even more. Chin into chest even more. Pull the pelvis in. Squeeze the bum. Inhale. Exhale. One more here. Inhale. Exhale. Release the chin. Start to bring the gaze up. As the gaze looks up, send the pelvis back. Send the pelvis all the way back. Push the ground away. Push the ground away. Bring the chin up. Look up. Push the ground away. Pelvis to the sky. Chin up. Look up. Chest is coming through the arms. Inhale. Exhale here. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Release back to neutral. Nice work. Okay, so let's do a little bit more hip action here. Since we were getting it open, it's nice to do the same thing on the ground. So we're going to take the weight a little bit into the right knee and the right side of the body as we release the left knee. Bring the left knee into the left elbow. Bring it up high. Take the knee to the back and circle it down. Knee to elbow. Out to the side, kind of getting it, trying to get it to shoulder height, but you don't want to lift up like this. We do want to keep the hips square. Down to the back, hips square, and down. Two more. Circling around. And one more, circling around. Then in this position, I want to only see one bum cheek. So again, I don't want it up like this. I want it down like this. So the hips are square, but we've got our leg. So if we were to straighten it out, the leg is straight. Again, we're not falling into our shoulders here. We're pushing the ground away from us. Squeeze the bum. And then point the toe, send it to the sky, and straighten it back out. One. We can look in front of us, on the ground. Three, keep that knee high. That knee is going to be in line with the hip. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Keep that knee high. Keep it all in the line now. Flex the foot, squeeze the bum, and pump it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should be burning from what we did earlier. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice work. Whew. Other side. Take the weight into the left side. We're going to bring the knee up to the armpit. Take it out wide. And then bring the knee back. Hips are square. And so now you see my bum is on that side. So we need to keep the hips square. So it's like you're only seeing one bum cheek. Knee to elbow. Out wide. Take it out to the back, keeping the hips steady and square. Just one more. Knee to elbow. Take it out wide. Take it around to the back. And now keep those hips square. Straighten the leg out just to see that we have everything in a nice line. Push the ground away from us. We want to lift out of those armpits. Don't squish the neck. Pelvis is in line with the knee. The knee is nice and high. Bend that knee and straighten it out. 1. Point the foot. 2. Look ahead. Elbows pulling towards the ground, pushing the ground away from us. 4, 5. Halfway there. We got this. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Straighten it out. Bend at the knee. Flex the foot. Squeeze the bum and send that foot to the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Nice work. We're going to do alternating hands and legs then, just to release some tension in the back. So we can reach the left arm forward. Just get used to that motion. Then reach the right arm forward. We're going to send the right leg back. Flexed foot, toes pointing down. And then send the left leg back. So let's do the left arm and right foot. And then the other side. Just 3 more. Reach, 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 reach with that middle finger out. And someone pulling the ankle back. 2 more. Okay, nice work. Now we're going to take the weight into the left hand. We're reaching the right arm up and back, looking up at the arm. Also, what can be nice here if you want a bit more space is you could put the left hand up on a block. It will just give you more length to work with if you would like. Reaching the right arm up. Then we're threading it through. So the back of the right hand is coming down. It's coming all the way. We're then bending this left elbow. We're sending it all the way down and try and bring the head down to the ground with the shoulder flat. Alternatively, also, you could have the block here or here so that when your head comes down, we're bringing the ground up to meet you and you come back up. Always bring the ground up to meet us in this class. 2, 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Looking up at that thumb. Exhale. If it's too much for your neck to look up, then just keep looking at the ground in front. That's also fine, but reach it back. Reach into that thumb and all of those fingers. And then when you come down, either onto the block or onto the floor, bring your head down. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Really breathing into the upper and middle back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Taking that arm up and out. Taking the weight now into the right hand side. Reaching that left arm up. Stretching into each of those fingers. And then taking the back of that hand. Threading it down through. Bending that right elbow. And again, bring a block here for your head if you'd like. Or have the block underneath your right hand. And it goes down. 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Coming all the way down. And inhale. Exhale. Breathing into your middle and upper back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Pushing into that right hand and bringing the hands back. Curling the toes underneath. We're going to bring some weight back in to stretch the base of the feet here, the soles of the feet. Push the toes into the ground and take some weight back and come back forward. If this is your max, you can stay here. If you can take more, you can start to walk the hands back. Walk your hands onto your knees even and take the weight back. Try and bring your spine up in a straight line behind. You can even also then come up onto the toes here if that's possible. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Just breathing into wherever you are. Inhale. Exhale. Bringing the knees back down. And if you were here, just come up to kneeling like so, because we're going to do stomach 25. So if you're kneeling, keep the toes tucked under and push into the toes. Squeeze the bum and push into the toes. Keep strengthening that muscle. If you're down here, doing the same, push into those toes, squeeze the bum and just tuck the pelvis slightly. And we're going to do stomach 25. So on the side of each belly button where the third finger is, bend this third finger and push in there. And then you can switch that out with the middle finger. And then you might need to just move it out a slightly wide to each side. You should feel it there on the muscle line. Just massage this one. This is a great one to get into the habit of doing before you go to sleep. Stomach 25. It's going to help to release worrying, aid digestion from the day, clear the mind before you go to sleep, clear the worries. Then apply pressure. You can bring the elbows in close to the body, pull them down, apply pressure. Depending on where you are, make sure you're pushing into those back toes as well and you've got that bum squeeze. If it's too much for you, if it's starting to become too much, come up to whoever has their weight on their ankles. But again, push into the balls of the feet and just keep that active. Close your eyes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Elbows close by the body. Pull them down. Exhale. Four more here. Inhale. Anything that you were worrying about today, just let it go. Imagining the feeling that you're just floating back into your favorite form of water, your favorite place of water. And you're just floating back and feeling completely held. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And the next inhale, everybody come up to the kneeling position. Exhale. We can release the hands, release the toes behind, and just give them a good little whack against the ground again. You are going to feel really good after this class. I have a feeling. Okay, then we're going to go down to seated, but have two cushions if you can. And we're going to do a straddle. Also, it might be nice to have a bolster or more cushions for the front, but I'll show you what we're going to do here. We can also use blocks. So take the feet out nice and wide, comfortably wide, because we have been working on the hips today. And we are here. So pull anything back here so those sitting bones are nice and into the ground. And we have a cushion beneath the knee. So everything feels nice and supported here. What we want to do is we want a little bit of a forward fold so that we're still getting these hips. So we are externally rotating the legs and we're pushing down into the sitting bones and we're just coming forward a little bit. We actually would prefer to have a straight back. So it's not a massive forward fold if you feel that you would really like to do a massive forward fold or that you can keep your back straight. You can do that and come all the way down onto the ground. But it is totally fine to just be sitting up here. You could even if you could even stack more up. It's not about going very low here. And we're going to do the three BL1, BL2, and BL3, which we also already did in the forward fold. So taking your middle finger into your tear duct. You can let your face kind of fall forward. Close your eyes, let your face fall forward into the fingers. And also now just relax the ankles, relax the toes. We're here. We're coming to the close. Bring your awareness between your eyebrows and inhale. Exhale. Three more. Inhale. Exhale. It is safe for me to relax. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And then bring those middle fingers up to the edge of the eyebrow, just where the eyebrow hair starts. Press in. You could also press up into it if you prefer, or press on to it. I prefer on. Inhale, bring the awareness between your eyebrows. Inhale. Exhale. It is safe for me to relax. Inhale. Exhale. There's time for everything. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now drive that finger all the way back into the hairline, both fingers into the hairline. Just one finger depth into the hairline and press down. This is one of my favorites. I love doing this before going to sleep. Find it's really good for releasing tension in my head, and somehow after I do this, I go into like really deep dreams. Inhale. Exhale. It is safe for me to relax. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to release the arms and we're going to take our middle finger and put it directly beneath the kneecap. Beneath the kneecap, into the center of the knee, and just fall back a little bit. We don't have to shrug totally, but keep the length between our waist and ribs. We just come back. We were in more of a forward fold, and now come back into the sitting bones. Push in behind the knee, not too hard. It doesn't need a lot of pressure, and then allow the legs to collapse onto your finger. Pull those elbows closer into the body. Allow the legs to collapse. Bring the awareness between your eyebrows. Inhale. Exhale. It is safe for me to relax. This is a great point for opening up the entire back body. It opens up the hamstrings, opens up the spine. It's speaking directly to those points we just worked on at the beginning of the bladder meridian, unblocking any blockages, helping to release any memories of fear in the body. Inhale. Exhale. 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. I release fear. One more. Inhale. I release fear. Okay, let's release that. We're going to come down onto our back. Might be nice to take these cushions and put them on each side because we're going to do a twist so we can get ourselves set up like that. We're going to come all the way back onto our back. Let's bring the right knee into the chest and the left knee into the chest. And let's just do some circles here. You might feel that your back feels a little bit stronger and a little bit relaxed. And then back the other way. And then, like what we were doing when we were on the blocks, we're going to pull the knees up towards the armpits. We can pull the elbows towards the ground and then bring the feet in line with the knees and then pull on the feet. So we're pulling those knees into our armpits. What's nice to take here is kidney 1. So right beneath in the balls of the feet, right in the center there. Or what is another way of doing it, if you look between your big toe and your second toe and you come down the center, first of all, there's that little knuckle on the left, and then come all the way back to where their bone would split. And then it's on the opposite side of that underneath the ball of the feet. That's also how to find it. Pressing in there. Do 5 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more where we're not breathing through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. So inhale through the nose. Open your mouth and exhale. Inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. Inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. And then bring the both knees together, bend bend the knees, take both knees into the left arm, take the right arm out wide, and let both knees drop down to the side. Again, you can pull the cushions up, you can put blocks there to bring the earth up to meet it, and let the knees fall out to the side. You can put your hands on our knees just to create that nice opening across the body. Inhale, open the mouth and exhale. Four more. Inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. Inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. Inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. And one more, what might be nice to do after class, we won't do it for so long here. We'll just do 3 breaths, but a nice one for what we've been doing. On the left hand, the index finger and the thumb. Locate index finger to thumb. There's the webby part, the innermost part, and this fleshy part between the bone. Just pinch the fleshy part. That's large intestine 4. Press in there. Inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. Inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. This helps to release anything that we no longer need and assimilate what we want to keep. Take the arms out wide, bring the knees in towards the chest, and roll back to center. Then take both knees into the right arm. You can bring the cushion up and bring the ground up to meet us. Into the right arm, drop both knees down, and then open the left arm out to the side. Inhale. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Now 3 when we exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and exhale. Inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. Inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. And for the last 3 breaths, on the right hand, locate the index finger and the thumb. We've got the inner webby part, and then where the bone is, this fleshy part in between. Just pinch it, nothing fancy. And inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. I release what no longer serves me. Inhale. Exhale. I release fear from the mind and body. One more. Inhale. I release fear and shock from the mind and body. And one more. Inhale. I release fear and shock from the body. Great work. Release the hands. Bring the knees in towards you and roll onto our back. Let's extend the right leg out and the left leg out. Turn the right arm to face up and the left arm to face up. Might be nice to keep these cushions here. We've been working on everything. It was a nice full body workout. releasing fear from the body. Inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. Inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. And release everything to Savasana. Inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. Inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. Wriggle the toes. Loosen up the hips. Feel into the shoulders. And then we'll bend the right knee into the chest and then the left knee into the chest. And then you can take them around in circles again, taking both knees around in the same direction. And then back in the other direction. And then stay rolled up in a ball and roll over onto your right side. And take an inhale. And open the mouth and exhale. Well done for a really, really wonderful class. Well done for allowing yourself to be here. Well done for giving this to your body, your energy, your experiences, your relationships. And then just feel into your body, feel into your heart, feel into your head, feel into your stomach, feel into your spine, feel into your hamstrings, feel into your feet. How do you feel? You wanted to give it a symbol or a color or a word, what would it be? And then picture yourself in bed later. Feel into being in this position in bed later and reminding your mind and body that you can feel this word, this symbol, feel this relaxation, feel this ease. And when you're waking tomorrow morning, in your waking moments, reminding your mind and body that you can feel this in your waking moments. And then imagining tomorrow and some of the tasks or meetings, projects, things that you have to do. Imagine this feeling rippling out through some of those experiences and what could happen. And how can you ground into this feeling in your day tomorrow? Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth and exhale. Deep breath in. Open your mouth and exhale. And when you're ready, slowly come up to seated, and we will do one final Om together to get the healing sound and resonance vibrating through the body. So when you're ready, we will inhale, exhale to Ah, O, Do all of the sound, one of the sounds, any sound will do. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Ooh. Satnam, thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Rex says thank you too. We had a great class, huh, Rex? Feeling nice and grounded? Yeah. Thank you for being here. We have class on Thursday and we have core and restore this Sunday. So hope to see you there.